Earlier that day, police surveillance filmed Rodney collecting what they think are guns.
And the intelligence was that a gang of drug dealers had access to fully automatic weapons, and specifically something that they had said had indicated that they were MAC-10 submachine guns. It fires in excess of 1,000 rounds a minute, which is about 18 rounds a second.
The suspects are tailed to North London, where police intelligence suggests they will use the MAC-10 to rob Colombian drug dealers.
Silver Commander says, right, I want them stopped. I need them arrested. That means we're now being given the clearance to do the intervention. So I remember listening on the radio, somebody come up and said, Hale Drive.
Junction Hale Drive, near side.
And there we are, Hale Drive's on our near side now. I'm getting views of the subject vehicle, and I'm really concerned that we're burnt. The guy in the back seat, as L. Rodney, is looking back. I'm getting glimpses of the driver's eyes in the rear-view mirror looking back at us. And it looks to me like there's a heated discussion going on in the car.
Long is convinced that the surveillance team have been compromised.
We think these guys have got fully automatic weapons in the car. That's what the intelligence is telling us. And the danger is, if we haven't got the element of surprise, we're giving them time to prep their weapons. We're approaching a roundabout. We hear over the radio, we're going to do it now if we get the opportunity.
It's suitable. We're looking to do it at the roundabout if he stops.
Almost immediately he says, attack, attack, attack. And the bandit car has come to a rest pretty much outside the pub. So by this time I've got my helmet on my head, I've got the G36 up like that, and I'm right alongside him. My vehicle comes to rest, and I've seen him duck down and spring back up again. And at that point I'm convinced he's got a MAC-10 in his hand and he's about to open fire, and my colleagues are deploying from the vehicle. So at that point, I've got no option. It all happened, you know, in half the time it's taken me to describe that to you.
Okay, hold, sit. Right, yeah, sweet as.
Long fired 8 shots in 2.1 seconds. As L. Rodney was hit 6 times in the head and body. He died instantly.
Just give me an indication, is it a suspect and what the injuries?
Three weapons were found in the car. Despite the police intelligence, none of them were fully automatic.
I was working on the premise that when I saw him duck down and spring back up again, that he had got hold of a MAC-10 submachine gun, because that's what I was told. And that intelligence proved to be wrong. You know, it was a handgun, it was a fairly big handgun. It was a defective handgun, it wouldn't have fired. But the reality is, as a firearms officer, if you're told X, then you have to believe that X is X.
In line with standard procedure, Long was taken off armed duty pending a full investigation.
I was doing what I was trained to do. So in terms of how did I feel, I felt that I'd done my job. It is absolutely inevitable that sooner or later, police officers go out on enough operations, they're left with no opportunity other than to open fire. And that's exactly what happened on the night that L. Rodney died.
In 2006, the Crown Prosecution Service concluded there was insufficient evidence to convict anyone in connection with Rodney's death. Yet 8 years later, Tony Long was eventually charged with his murder. He would now have to justify his actions in front of a jury at the Old Bailey.